My name is Reed Rapid Melton. Joining me is Seth Achilleos King for our final initial best of 3 of the night. We'll have 3 more games to decide the last player to advance, but before we get to those, we've got to find out who is the solo king between Ambition. Jungler for CJ Entis. He'll be going up against OHQ. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the final best of 3 of our initial set. It's Ambition versus OHQ. Ambition, of course, playing Caitlyn. How that got through picks and bans, I don't know, but there's Chuds with his signature rocket jump flash. Starting out the game with a bang. Now, different build here for OHQ, and he's done this in several versus 80 carry matchups, where he'll still start with some sustain, but buys a cloth armor. We'll see if he does this Zephyr strategy. Now, if you had missed the games that Zephyr played earlier on in the tournament, unfortunately, didn't make it through here to the round of 6, but what he does is he walks all the way around between the wall and the enemy turret, and then once the enemy laner walks up into the creep wave to CS, just walks forward and just hits them over and over and over again with double ups, and they just lose the trade after that. We'll see what he goes for. Currently back in base by its titles.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this build is going to pay off for him. Like you said, we've seen him use it consistently, and I mean, it's been doing him wonders, but he is going up against Ambition, who is a fantastic player and a force to be reckoned with. He's also, for Ambition's side, opting to go for the Crystalline Flask. Doesn't want to go with the Doran's Blade, so he is scared of OHQ's damage and wants to have as much sustain as possible. We'll have to see if OHQ is able to utilize those double ups to the fullest of their ability. And if he can do that, that should make up for his lack of an aggressive item. So you can see he's playing forward, gets the first auto attack.
And that's kind of strange against Caitlyn, whose auto attack range is somewhat higher. So we'll have to check out the the attack damage differences. Ambition starting with 68 attack damage. Want to hit that headshot onto OHQ, but see what this double up damage looks like. Exactly check the full AD score here for OHQ to see what he's like.
Yeah, waiting for that one to pop over. So far, so good though. Dodges out the first tilt over Peacemaker. Already doing better than most other people that go up into this matchup between against the Caitlyn. So as long as he can keep doing that, and he already goes. All right.
Alright, I think I'm like a couple seconds ahead, so now I get to be the future. But does land a double up there onto Ambition, so nice to see those starting to land. It's a good way to trade through the creep wave, and there's nobody else to block it like, you know, a support champion. It's another double up, get those impure shots on, but won't be in range to do anything with it.
Taking a good amount of damage, both of these guys. CS still pretty much dead even though. So this, I get the feeling, is going to end with a cataclysmic battle between OHQ and Ambition. Maybe once we hit those level 6 marks, we'll see each of them popping out the ultimates. But you have to be careful if Ambition starts charging the ace in the hole, unless it's going to get the kill. OHQ could start channeling his as well, and that is just, you know, a full couple seconds that he will have to channel onto Ambition, and he can put out a lot of damage in that time. So let's see what happens when we get to that point, if we get to that point, because these guys are playing hyper aggressive.
Yeah, and like you said, CS actually very even between 80 carries, and it should, whoa, walking up on him. OHQ gonna get in range, raise out those impure shots. You can already see Ambition having a little bit of trouble with that. More importantly, impure shots on Ambition are really gonna cut down his healing, because he's pretty much gonna have that Crystalline Flask running for the majority of, well, until it runs out, I suppose.
Yeah, so he's out of that now, and OHQ's potion actually finished out. So both of them pretty even, but Ambition still has those health potions as well, so he's going to be winning the sustain war unless...
Oh! Double up through the minion wave. That is actually pretty long range. Always the reason I can't play this Fortune is I always underestimate the double up distance, like how wide you can bend it on its targeting reticle and how far it's gonna go afterwards. But not so for OHQ, just continuing to land one after another through the minion wave.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of utilizing those. As you can see now, Ambition chugging his last potion. That one has expired now. So both of them going to be out of sustain. OQ going to be very reliant on that cloth armor to help keep him in here. But yeah, so far, still even, 34-34.
All right, so when it comes down to it, double up's gonna hit Ambition there and takes another impure shot. All sustain gone for both of these carries. And that pretty much means that we're not going to see anybody. I wouldn't expect any deaths here because both AD carries realized they're kind of low. Probably would opt to go back to base instead of playing as too riskily. And it looks like that is exactly what OQ is going to do.
Get spotted out by this scrying orb. Actually would have been in range for that Peacemaker, so good thing that he backed out a little bit further for the recall. It's going to give Ambition some time, though, to shove this wave in. But here comes the TP. He might miss.
Ooh, OQ actually didn't miss any CS off of that, so throws out a scrying orb of his own. Okay, he missed one.
Ah, missed one.
That was a little careless, but hit every other one. And he comes back to lane with double Doran's blades, sustain from potions, and a chain or cloth armor. And this is really where that cloth armor is going to start to hurt him, because it pretty much means that he'll be behind a Doran's item at every point in the game. Will that cloth armor, I guess theoretically, because it's percentage damage reduction from stacking up armor, the more AD Ambition buys, the more effective that cloth armor will be.
This is very true. It's also going to be down in HP in general because he just doesn't have that Doran's blade. So it kind of goes both ways. It kind of equivalates to an extent. But let's see what's going to happen here. Ambition not really opting to go in with the headshots for harass. More just using them to maintain his CS. Pretty much dead even still between these two, which is something that we haven't really seen today. There's always been a bit of a discrepancy. These guys are pretty much on the dot with each other.
Yeah, 2 CS lead for Ambition really doesn't mean a whole lot. Walking forward with that double up, and keep in mind, double up and those autos are going to apply the impure shots, so it's going to cut down on maybe a little bit of healing, but at this point, Ambition's starting to get enough healing from those triple Doran's blades, and you can just keep auto-attacking and really use minions as mini health batteries, getting all that lifesteal. But walking up on him, OQ is going to get a lot of those impure shots. Down there's the ultimate, trades it back and gets a nice extra double up off of it as well. But once again, walking right into the Piltover Peacemaker and an ace in the hole.
Yeah, so they're both going to have to be chugging their potions at this point. They want to get their HP back up as quickly as possible now.
Oh, look at those double ups. That is dangerous.
Yeah, OQ really manipulating his positioning and just making sure that those double ups are going to land. He's really only missed a few. Majority definitely have been landing onto Ambition, so very good job by OQ thus far. One thing he does have to be cautious of, though, is that Ambition still does have the barrier. So if OQ wants to play forward again and get hyper-aggressive, he does have to deal with that barrier. But as we can see, so far, he's not having too much of a hard time harassing out.
A big difference between both of these AD carries and the previous 1v1 that we saw. A lot of times versus Caitlyn, you want to take barrier because it's good at dealing with ace in the holes, or aces in the hole rather. But it's not something that OQ has gotten with. I'm not sure exactly why he would bring flash on this fortune. Maybe it's so they can flash into range, into close range, and get rid of that range advantage that Ambition does have there. Because Ambition won't be able to flash away if he wants to go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
OQ flash into a point-blank ultimate.
That's what I was about to say. That might be what he's intending, because that'll make it that much harder for Ambition to get out. I guess unless he runs through him. Depends on where. It depends on his positioning. He can't stand on top of him and cast it, because the frontal cone won't be wide enough to keep him in it the entire time. But if he keeps him at sort of a mid-range, like half an auto attack range, he should be able to keep him in the ultimate for almost the entire channel, unless Ambition can 90 caliber net to the side very quickly.
I think Ambition's finally figured out exactly where he needs to be. Whoa, a lot of damage from that ult coming out, but I don't know if that was the best usage of his mana. He got a little bit of damage down, but now he is almost out of mana, but Ambition almost out of health.
Yeah, really working him down. That heal reduction coming through, really just doing work for OQ completely. It's just absolutely decimating Ambition. We're probably going to see, you know, the second backs here. We do have the teleport up for OQ. So you see Ambition maybe going to finish that channel.
See, I almost feel like this is the situation you want to save your ultimate for. Use that bullet time to just nuke the wave and head back to base, so that you can
deny him the
there.
CS.
Yeah, and push the wave in your favor. And I mean, OQ was able to kill it, I guess, quickly enough. Be going back to base, and good thing for Misfortune is you don't even have to bring a teleport if you don't want to, just because you can run back to lane really quickly. Of course, it's always better to have that summoner spell to get back in here, but oh, look at Ambition, comes back to lane with a Vampiric Scepter.
This is where things get dangerous, because keep in mind, Ambition is now over 100 CS, and OQ is not yet coming back into lane. Just two more minions, and Ambition would be able to get that lead, but it looks like he's going to get in time to hit up some of these minions.
And he should get perfect CS here underneath the turret. Turret down to a little bit above at half HP too. So could see maybe an alternate win condition coming here. But yeah, like you mentioned, now actually only 2 CS separating both of these players, and see if any more gets denied here, as Caitlyn actually has to walk all the way back to lane instead of using that teleport.
Yeah, yet again, a perfectly good time to be able to use bullet time, but just doesn't have it.
Ambition actually did that because he had enough damage or enough gold for a Bilgewater Cutlass. It's a little bit interesting. Not often that you see that ace in the hole comes out. It actually does not deal all that much damage. That cloth armor really showing how effective it can be.
Yeah, and those double ups showing how effective they are, because just ripping through chunks of Ambition. But I think we might see this one end at CS stalemate, unless they can really keep up their farming like they're doing such a good job of. This should pretty much equivalent the CS here if he gets these minions. But it looks like they might want to go aggressive. Trap comes down, doesn't land.
Beautiful double up there.
Yeah. Takes him down to half HP. He is going to be chugging these potions. Still has 5 health potions that he can use, plus that bilge water. So he's going to be in a pretty good spot as far as sustaining himself.
This double up spam is getting really annoying for Ambition. And now, oh, walking forward. Nice 90 caliber net.
He has the ulti.
OQ still walking forward. You can see he was thinking about it, but took a lot of damage walking back off of those auto attacks. So Ambition now both 80 carries dead even on CS. This is going to be a nightmare to get that little bit of an advantage, and might actually motivate them to, while keeping up in CS, go for an alternate win condition like killing a turret.
Or each other.
Or each
Damage
other.
comes out. Now the build over Peacemaker doesn't land, but as you can see, OQ taking a bit of damage.
But look
He
at
has
the
a few more.
lifesteal that Ambition
Yeah.
has. There's no way that he's ever going to die unless OQ keeps on the pressure. But unfortunately, OQ won't be able to do that because he has less overall auto attack range. And I think Ambition might just have this one if it goes on long enough.
Well, Ambition's running really low on mana. He's going to have enough for a Piltover Peacemaker soon. If he doesn't have it already, I can't entirely... Okay, he's got it now. So if he can play to that advantage, sustain himself, if OQ can sustain himself with the Vampiric Scepter and his health potions, and then lay in damage through his abilities, then he should be okay.
OQ
But this is looking dangerous.
Yeah, he's actually... OQ just queued up 3 health potions in a row, so he wants to try to go for this, but does he have enough time to keep that sustain coming in? Because Ambition's actually denying him CS and trading out very well when he tries to come up and kill minions.
Yeah, the bullet time's still there, but he's just not in a position to get lethal damage onto Ambition. This is looking very bad.
Oh, and there's actually the flash force out. Ace in the hole comes out. It's first blood for Ambition.
Yeah, I made a desperate play. Tried to get the bullet time out to get some damage in, but it wasn't able to do enough, as we'll see in the replay coming up.
All right, yeah, gonna get the replay in here. Actually, dead even on gold too. Both 80 carries. There's a 10 gold difference between Ambition and OQ, and well, there you go. Not quite the replay we were looking for, but Ambition does take game number 1 versus OQ.